The United Nations Foundation was the initial sponsor of the Energy Future Coalition. And one of our very first goals was to try to figure out what was the contribution that agriculture could be making to the issue of energy independence, energy security, and the looming issue of climate change. And the very first item that appeared on the agenda was, of course, the issue of liquid fuels. And how might we think differently about liquid fuels as the prices were going up and as our dependence was increasing. You all know the story much, much better than I do. Fortunately, Ernie Shea was around. We could get Ernie to help to organize the 25x'25 coalition, and we have been working at this together for now almost 10 years. I was talking to Barry outside. It's remarkable how much progress has been made, how far we have come, in a relatively short period of time, and we thank you all for your great help and assistance and for your persistence in a Washington that really is so hard to move, so hard to change, but that persistence makes a difference. You all know better than I do the story of liquid fuels and the issues surrounding liquid fuels. And we think about ethanol here at home, we think about first generation of ethanol, second generation of ethanol, we think about where we might go, and generally look at this through the eyeglasses of the United States of America. But there is also a great big world out there. There is an enormous world out there where there are billions of people living close to or below the poverty line. And one of the biggest problems they have is that their very, very scarce currency is going to buy imported oil. That hard currency, some countries have very little hard currency, meaning dollars that they can spend or euros that they can spend or yen that they can spend, real money. And it goes out of their country and goes largely to the Middle East for the purchase of imported oil. So it's driving poverty and driving poverty and driving poverty. And that was really, for us, the most compelling moral issue. What might we be able to do, and what did we know in the United States? What kind of technologies were available that we could help to export? And what kind of technologies are existing elsewhere in the world that we ought to know about, that might be useful to us? There's a lot going on outside the United States in the area of liquid fuels.